Yo, edit on release on or off is the most important setting in Fortnite, but whether you should use it or better turn it off is an often asked question by Fortnite players. As it depends highly on your playstyle, there are some important factors you have to know if you want to reach your full potential in Fortnite. Therefore, I will cover all of them and in advance give you some practical advice on how to become faster, more consistent and efficient if you decide to turn it on or off. Let's just jump straight into it. Before we can decide whether we want to play off or on, we need to compare these both quickly. I will start with edit on release on, as it is the main topic of the video. Firstly, the most and obvious advantage you have when playing it on is the speed, but with that we already have at least one disadvantage, as you cannot peek really well. And I know what you say now.
But Spinex, I have mastered edit on release and I have the best peaks.
Shut up, bro. It is literally not possible having the best peaks when you play edit on release on. And with that being said, I actually have finished with the pros for edit on release, if you want to bring your skill to the top notch level. Though if you just want to go for some clips, montages, or if you are a boomer, choosing to play edit on release on can for sure be much more fun and will make your game easier. You are undoubtedly faster if you master and practice your timing to the maximum extent. Though as this needs to be mastered, I will tell you at the end of the video how to do so. Before that, I will explain why edit on release off is the better option if you want to focus on the competitive side of Fortnite. The pros are just tremendous. First of all, we have to talk about the fact that most of the tier 1s like Tayson, Clicks, Mr. Savage or Canada play it off. This is mainly caused by the fact that speed doesn't matter that much in high elo games and especially FNCS Grand Finals or some other top tier tournaments. Have you ever seen a highly mechanical pro winning FNCS because of their mechanics? No, it's all about some other skills like their fighting strats. Anyways, the first advantage you have when playing edit on release off is your control. It is so easy to mess up an edit, at least when lobbies are lagging. Taking your time, in this case 1 microsecond, to finish the edit correctly is worth 100 times more than being a bit faster and choking the edit. It is all about consistency. Maybe you have heard of the trick to select your builds first and then look where the opponent is to maybe even reset the edit whilst being in the edit and doing another one, as you would just have gotten max damage pre-fired if you would have edited instantly on the first one. Having the control on the edit, and in most cases the control of the entire fight, is worth much more than being a bit faster. I think you got the point. The second pro for turning it off are your peaks. Probably most of you guys know that you can gain a huge advantage by doing a good peek, as your enemy can't barely see you. The reason why they are so great is because of the perfect combination of movement, aiming, timing and crosshair placement. And 3 of the 4 factors which makes these peaks like a window edit great completely dissolve if you have edit on release turned on. You cannot crouch to your left whilst already aiming with the edit already selected at your opponent's head, due to the fact that your crosshair has to stay at the middle tile so your edit doesn't select another tile. This destroys your crosshair placement completely and will slow your fighting pace down by at least some momentum. With edit on release off, you can simply select the tile, aim at the opponent's head and finish the edit when you are hidden, with the difference that you do not have to re-aim on the head of your enemy again. When talking about crosshair placement, we cannot forget that aim matters way more in fighting than editing, especially in high elo games. Therefore, getting used to play with 0 input delay in which you hit every edit is particularly bad, as you will build a habit to play flashy. When it again comes to competitive Fortnite, we want to avoid such movements, as you lose control and your aim will decrease. As a conclusion, I would recommend to play off if you are more of a competitive player, and on if you just want to go for some clips or for some fun with your friends. Though before switching to any of these, I want to give you the hint that probably you won't even become that much better. Conversely, you will probably be worse for quite some time, as your muscle memory, which you have built up during the last couple of months or even years, has to remanage itself for a bit. If you change your practice instead, you can achieve great speed and control on both after some time. Just try out the different setting. Stick with it for at least 2 weeks or even 1 season, and then change it back to your preference after you have the test. Honestly, it is just preference. Now I want to give you some tips to become better on both of the settings. If you choose to play it on, focus on click timing and efficiency. In the beginning, you will recognize that you keep pressing your edit bind twice, even if you have to only press it once. That's a habit and you need to break it, as it would make no sense to switch if you do not use the only advantage. Makes sense. Therefore, you have to start at the beginning again. Remanage your muscle memory. Hop into creative and practice doing edits slowly. Do every edit, every combination, but slowly. no matter if it is free building or edit courses or 1v1s, and then do it faster and faster, but do not skip any speed level as you will probably become messy. And trust me, you do not want that. However, for playing it off, I would recommend to you to focus on developing your control in general, which comes by good crosshair placement and consistency. As you are probably already used to playing it off, your speed and precision won't be that big of a problem, and if they are, you can easily practice them with free building and edit coursing maps. The key discipline though is to have fast, flash yet precise flicks and edits. However, smooth mouse control when it comes to micro flicks and pre-aiming situations or peaks or any shot basically. One simple trick is to keep your crosshair on head level the whole time when being in a fight, at least for pump shots. By that you do not have to flick such long distances. Obvious, but executed wrong by many. Also, when editing, you can focus on only making the movements necessary instead of such big movements for little edits. I know this looks cooler, but it's just stupid. You can practice them perfectly on this map on screen by radar. Another trick how you can improve your peaks is to look at the actual building when being in the edit mode. As you can see here, there is this grey holograph, how the edit would look like if you confirm it now. By focusing on them instead of focusing on the tiles you need to select for your desirable edit, you ensure complete protection and avoid getting pre-fired. In the end, I want to encourage you yet again to try out both of the settings, even if you do not even consider changing. You only have to set the rule for yourself that you won't switch before trying it out for at least 2 weeks. Maybe you will discover some before unknown strengths. Experimenting always pays off if you keep thinking correctly towards your skill, which is, in this case, not influenced by your editing speed or skill. Therefore, if you recognize significant decrease in skill level, remember yourself that this is completely fine as you are in the midst of an experiment. No reason for raging or changing it back based on emotional urges. Videos like this take an unhealthy amount of time to produce. So if you have enjoyed this video and you feel to support me, consider sharing this with a friend who might need this as well, or check out this fighting video as it will cover some different weak spots which will, apart from editing, keep your skill lower than it could be. With that in mind, enjoy your day if you're a pussy. Peace out, bro.